reviewing the new Broadway musical Maybe Happy Ending by Will Aronson and Hugh Park, directed by Michael Arden and running at the Belasco Theater at 111 West 44th Street in New York City. Plug into my Patreon page where you can, for as little as $1 a month, support my work here as well as my classic cinema podcast, Yesterday's Matinee. We have finished recording our series on the George A. Romero Living Dead franchise, with the Day of the Dead episode currently available for patrons only, and the Land of the Dead episode coming soon. Thank you to my current patrons, especially my Neo and Hamilton tier patrons, and welcome to the new ones. We all have a shelf life on this earth, and we must at some point sign off from this existence. We don't know when that will happen, and sometimes when that expiration date seems so far away, we feel like we can idly sit by waiting for our calling to happen instead of finding our aspirations and dreams in a moment. Such is the case for Oliver, played by Darren Criss. Oliver is a third-generation helper bot. Set in Seoul, Korea in the near future, Oliver spends 12 years at the helper bot yards, a kind of retirement community for helper bots that have been retired from service by their owners. Helper bots have the general assignment of taking care of the household, doing whatever chores that the owners see fit for them to carry out. Unlike the other helper bots, Oliver has never been told he was retired, believing he is to get orders eventually from his owner James, played by Marcus Choi, as to when he is to report back to James and continue his assignment. He is patiently awaiting his orders, taking care of his plant, Hwaboon, listening to jazz albums and reading jazz magazine subscriptions, and is particularly keen on one particular musician, Gil Brentley, played by Des Duran, who pops up from time to time on stage to serenade Oliver, and eventually Claire, Oliver's neighbor helper bot who lives next door, played by Helen J. Shen. Claire is a retired fifth-generation model, but her charger has broken and she needs assistance from Oliver to remain operational. When Oliver confides that he wishes to find his owner James, she eventually agrees to go with him on a quest to find him, both risking permanent deactivation if they are caught outside of the yards without permission. This becomes a journey of self-discovery as Claire's battery life shows signs of failure and Oliver learns some hard truths about the human race. Maybe Happy Ending, though, is a show about the journey, not the destination, as these two arguably sentient robotic beings contemplate the wider breadth of who humans are and what their emotions mean, ultimately exploring the possibility that two mechanical beings, with limited emotional programming at best, fall in love. The story is adorable, and I love Criss and Shen's performances. It's like watching a more innocent version of Steven Spielberg's film AI, as these two abandoned automatons seek answers they may never find about their purpose in a world. Arden's direction with Criss and Shen's acting give the characters defined motion and movement throughout. Criss's Oliver is an older model, and though durable as he likes to describe himself, is a bit more mechanical in his movements. It's nothing too exaggerated, just enough stiffness and points of motion to indicate that he's not human. Claire, being a newer model, allows Shen a bit more flexibility and fluidity of motion, as well as a broader, if still limited, range of emotion. That Criss and Shen are able to evoke such beautiful depth of character and draw empathy from the audience is a testament to their talent as well as Arden's direction. Aronson and Park's score is one of the most beautiful original scores I've heard in years, with a jazzy score with one foot planted in the past and one in the future, while also having robust orchestrations behind it that allow for lush string parts to color the hummable, memorable themes. I love the scenic design by Dane Laffrey, and Laffrey's use of the video design with George Reeve is exactly how video design should be done for the stage. Several times in the musical, Oliver and Claire must access each other's memories, and we get projected video representing those memories. It's used sparingly, and only when it fits the story, and I love it. So many shows that have attempted to use video elements like this just come off gimmicky and don't contribute anything of real theatrical value. Here it does. The details of both Oliver and Claire's apartments are also beautifully detailed, from the worn-out beanbag chair in Claire's room to the stacks of magazines in Oliver's. Oliver, who has been at the yards longer than Claire, his room is far more cluttered with items that have collected over time, like records and magazines. Another great thing about Maybe Happy Ending is that though its themes of existence, life, and death are robust and prominent, it maintains a strong family-friendly quality to it. There's nary anything potentially offensive in the show, outside of a brief scene in a pay-by-the-hour motel that Oliver and Claire innocently stop at along their journey. But even then, the humor is played toward the characters' innocence, not at any real suggestion of sexual activity between the two. If I had anything firmly negative to say about the show, I'd say that the falling action runs a bit long. We get this beautiful scene involving fireflies at the show's climax, and it is absolutely gorgeous and moving. But as the show winds down from there, it carries on a bit too long. And aside from that one little lament, Maybe Happy Ending may be the big family musical hit of the season. I love it, and I eagerly encourage everyone to see it. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see Maybe Happy Ending, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get tickets. Also, in the description will be links to my social media and my Patreon page where you can support my work. You can also support me by liking and sharing this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be the new Broadway musical, Death Becomes Her. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.